Hello, it's Sunday, and you are listening to an all-new episode of Center of the Sun. It's season 2 of your favorite culture, society, and science podcast. Thank you for listening. We're expressing ourselves today. Isn't that nice? Yeah. Ow. I was going to talk about something like crazy, like HIV or something ridiculous, because that's my day job. I don't do nothing but sit around and tell people all day what to do. And I'm not doing that no more, because the Center of the Sun is surrounding the fact that we all have that power inside of us, and that ain't nobody with enough tools and enough teamwork. I mean, no one can steal our joy. So welcome. How are you doing today? I am officially on a vacation. It's going to be Thanksgiving. So I took some time off work because I cannot continue on with this. I'm snapping at people at work. Like, it was getting bad. But I made it. Oh my God, I made it. You do not understand. Losing my job would have been completely justified this week. Excuse me. I'm burping over here. This coffee. I'm always drinking a beverage when I record, so I'm like, that's my problem. I'm always burping when I record. But anyway, I don't care. It's my show. I fucking don't give a fuck. But I almost got fired. Not really, but everything inside of me, because I'm just spicy, like, as a regular person, like, as I've always been fighting my siblings. I never fought in school because I didn't care that much, but when I care about something, I fight for it. So yeah, even at work, like, even in my job, like, who doesn't go to work and, you know what? It's not even going to be worth it, because ain't nobody got time. Because what we're doing, we're talking about fun things today. I'm so tired of all of the ridiculousness that's going on. And I just want to talk about, like, magic and energy and crystals and spirituality, and that kind of stuff is fun to me. Is it fun for you? Please let me know. You can email me your weird interests. What are your weird interests? We're talking about those weird things we do, because I believe that we've always been told. So if you, oh my gosh, I fucking love this show, because, like, everything I talk about connects with each other. Like, I'm that kind of person. Like, I'm always trying to find the connection between things. And what I have been able to figure out is that one of my mantras is use your power for good. So whatever that is, use it for good. Whatever power you have, use it for good. And then everybody's right is another mantra I've come up with on the course of recording this show. Like, over months and months, like, I've become enlightened just by talking to you all and by interacting with you all. So thank you for listening. But everybody is right, including the Satanists and like, everybody, like, even the evil people, like, even the people that I believe are evil, whatever, they are also right. So today we're talking about expression, and we're talking about all the ways in which you can express yourself. I particularly like voice. I'm a talker. Always have, always will be, like, I'm the kind of person, like, I can walk into a room and building rapport is like a superpower, is like important to me. It's like a superpower. Like, I work on it. And somebody else might play an instrument, like a guitar or something, like, some people might command a presence of somebody else with music, or with cooking or with fashion, or like there are all these ways that we can express ourselves. So I want to talk about those things, because what I was going to talk about, actually, I was going to talk, because my day job is like public health research, so we all know what that means. Shame, but we're not shaming nobody today. We're talking about fun stuff. Like, I like to have fun, and whether or not I like to also get money by not having fun, I don't have to share that part with you all, but it is important. And if you haven't gotten tested for HIV, World AIDS Day is coming up December 1st, so it feels important to me. Hepatitis A out here, get vaccinated if you can. Hepatitis B, get vaccinated if you can. Hepatitis C, get treatment if you need it. There are tools out there for you. There is a cure for hepatitis C. It's a lot of money, but there's a cure. Get your life together. What else is going on with public health? Just because I felt compelled to talk about it, but we're not going to dwell. What else is out there? Gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, your babies, when they come, they're like our bays, our STD bays. We see them all the time. We love them. We invite them into our home, constantly into our marital bed. Get tested. The only way to know if you have an STD is to be tested. When you have symptoms, it's too late. You can compromise your ability to have children. You can compromise your ability to continue having sex. Think about that. Anyway, moving along. Isn't sex fun? Isn't it just like great? But you have to get those formalities out the way, and I'm tired. I'm like, everybody's so obsessed with sex, but no one is obsessed with sexual health. Like, come on. Like, it's hand in hand. But we're going to talk about so many things. So first thing I'm going to ask you to do is turn to your neighbor and say scathing. Scathing. Hashtag scathing rebuke of Facebook. The New York Times. Oh my God, let me pull it up. I haven't even read the one about Mike Pence. Like, bitch, like, nytimes.com. Like, get you a subscription if you are not subscribed. I am beside myself. Say scathing. It was scathing. Hold on, I gotta log in. Email me your... You gotta be freaking serious. Email me your headlines. Oh my God. Like, I love a headline. I gotta go through Chrome because that's the one I use at work. It's so ridiculous. Chrome and Safari. Like, Chrome and Safari, can you be one thing, please? I need to use one at work and one at home, and what I'm not doing is signing in as... Come on now, signing me in, bitch. Gosh. Facebook, come on, where are you? So, the New York Times editorial board released a scathing rebuke of Facebook's handling and of the mismanagement of this scandal with Russia and the 2016 United States presidential election. So it's an opinion piece, and it's not very long. So if you want to read it, it takes like 5 minutes, but it's really succinct. It's really good, and you can tell like a board, like they fucking like not washed it, but they whittled this down to bare bones. Like, they didn't want no ambiguity up in this bitch. But basically, let me just read it to you. Basically, it starts off as like Facebook cannot be trusted, and it goes on to, excuse me, this stupid coffee. It goes on to describe that in early 2016, quote, people inside Facebook had spotted suspicious Russian activity, which was reported to the FBI. But in the days after the 2016 election, Mark Zuckerberg publicly dismissed the notion that misinformation on Facebook had influenced the election, calling it a crazy idea. I remember that. I remember being like, yeah, this was like too good to be true. This was too easy. This was a hook, line, and a sinker. Like, how was it not even close? the election between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Like, we didn't even have a chance. Like, I voted for Hillary and we didn't even have a fucking chance. Like, there was nothing that we could have done because, like, the amount of, like, lock her up and, like, just, it was just, like, really, like, and nothing, she didn't do nothing wrong. Like, maybe she wasn't the best politician. Like, whether or not you think she was a good politician is one thing, but, like, the fact that she's a criminal and that she is, like, the most corrupt person in the, like, what? Like, in that, all that information, all that shit was what was, like, manipulating, like, all of this, like, all these crazy ideas that, like, they make seem normal. That's what Facebook is getting in trouble for. You just let this shit look normal when it was all fraud. It was all fraudulent. They weren't even real people. It was literally like robots just spitting out post after post and ad after ad that looked like it was coming from real people, but it was like millions, or not millions, but thousands of fake people. Russians. It was coordinated and it was surgical. And we're not dumb. So I didn't fall for it. I didn't think people would fall for it. I don't know. But at the end of the day, Facebook made bank. That's the thing. That's what's fucked up. They knew it was going on, and they probably raised their prices. And they probably maximized on that shit. I have to drink coffee just to keep my energy up because it's wearing me out. I'm worn out. The New York Times goes on to say, and I quote, Facebook could have approached its civic duty head on, but instead buried itself with damage control, making videos talking about we should have did better, girl. I'm sorry, girl. Hey, girl, like, we know we did some bullshit. You know, like, it was just like, and that's why, like, I maybe log into Facebook a few times a month. I would love to use Facebook. It's actually probably one of the first social networks that wasn't riddled with porn and spam. It was exclusive. It was smart. It was new. It was all these things. All the while, it had an ulterior motive. And now that Mark Zuckerberg don't give a fuck, I'm starting to believe it. Because I was like, oh, Facebook is literally, like, they're literally just coding. Like, they're not doing anything evil. But I'm like, the amount of money they made. And he does look like an alien. All these people in California, like, I was dreaming about moving to California for like 2 seconds. And then I started watching some shit on YouTube. Bad idea, but I did it. And now we're here. So anyway, moving along. What are your headlines that you're looking at today? I need to find this Mike Pence headline. Because I knew Mike Pence's ass was like... And I actually kind of feel bad for Donald Trump. Because it's apparent that he's losing his grip. And there's another opinion piece titled "Trump is beginning to lose his grip." Like, it's very apparent. Like, every time there's a corruption thing going on in the government these days, he decides to go on TV and say that there's nothing going on, and then we're like, "Girl, you look so guilty." What is understood does not need to be explained. Like, whatever. And the Democrats just keep increasing their wins, and so why is everybody against Nancy Pelosi? Nancy Pelosi is about to be the next president of the United States of America. Like, I don't understand why no one can see it, because I'm pretty sure the Speaker of the House, who's after the Vice President? If the president's gone, the vice president's gone. Is it the Speaker of the House? Because I'm pretty sure the Speaker of the Senate is the Vice President. So I think the next person is the Speaker of the House, who's the President. So I think it's Nancy Pelosi will be the next president. Oh my God. Nancy Pelosi. Okay, so we okay. We take down Pence, right? So this is how it's going to go. We take down Pence because Pence is fucking corrupt. If Pence is connected to Paul Manafort anyway, then yeah, bye girl. You're evil ass. We already knew that shit. And by evil, I'm not even like giving him the benefit of like being connected to Satan. Like, you truly are like the lowest vibration. Can't fuck with you, Mike Pence or Paul Manafort. But if they're connected, okay, they're connected. And then we have to take care. I mean, Trump has dementia. Like, the stroke net. Okay, so the National Institute of Health, they have this huge arm of research that they're researching strokes and dementia and stuff like that. Like, stroke net, girl. Like, you need. Did you have a stroke, girl? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But anyway, Trump can't be, and then Pence can't be because he's a criminal. And then who's next? Nancy Pelosi, president, succession. Thank you. And then in 2020, guess who's running? Michelle Obama. Bam. Yes, thank you. Watch it happen. I predicted Donald Trump, not him specifically, but I knew he would be. I didn't know it would be him because I didn't think he was the worst. I predicted the worst. Now, I didn't know he would be the worst. I liked him at the time, kind of. A lot of people did, and they still do. So, anyway. That's my prediction. Nancy Pelosi will be president. That's why she got a facelift. And that's that. I called that like months ago when she first got it. Anyway, so society. What are you reading in society? I can't concern myself with too many things. The first thing on the Sunday review of the opinion. I just like the opinions of the New York Times. These Americans are done with politics. Of course they are. They're fucking high. Everybody's high on opiates. Like, grow the fuck up. How are you going to be tired of politics and your whole... Fuck out of here. Politics is important. If you don't think it's important, then then don't express your opinion. Your negative opinion, because we feel like it's important and it's important to us. So let us have our politics. Excuse me. But that is kind of a conspiracy to me, is like how much division can one create in a society. No idea. Moving along to culture. What are you engaged with today in terms of culture? Let me tell you about Mariah Carey. I think I love Mariah Carey because she always looks like she just is having fun. And I just thought she was high, but actually at this juncture, I don't believe that anymore. I believe that she is truly having fun, and I'm happy for her. So Mariah Carey just released Caution. Let me pull it up here. Please hold. Golly, Apple Music on one's motherfucking computer is different than on the phone. Okay, so Caution, beautiful. It's classic Mariah Carey. Clearly, she's just having fun. Like, she just enjoys making music. Like, this is the thing about Mariah Carey that I love. It's apparent that, like, this shit just comes out of her. She doesn't have to work. It's like she just pops out babies and pops out songs. Like, she just loves it. And I can just imagine, like, just like her, just like randomly. She probably... Oh, I'm trying to imagine her like in her house, like with her kids like running around and shit, and she's trying to like write a song and shit. And she has like this nice ass studio in her house. Like, just, she probably has a few studios, like, so she doesn't have to walk very far. But I really love the song with Ty Dolla $ign. I really love the get the fuck out. I just like her songs are just fun. It's like Cardi B. It's like, clearly you're just having fun. So congrats to Mariah Carey on their, like, this is like her 15th album or something like that. Like, girl, yeah. I'm very impressed. But it is like Mariah Carey, so it's like R&B. You know, I'm like, okay, girl, I want to dance. And she don't dance like that, you know? So, like, Mariah Carey's always different genre, but it's fine. Like, it's pop, it's R&B, it is what it is. But I love Ty Dolla $ign. and I love cursing. So there's a little something for everybody on this album. I wish I could play it. Another. So you're probably gonna think I'm crazy, but I love Mumford and Sons, and I don't know if they're Christian or not. I think they're like Christian music. I don't know. But Mumford and Sons just released an album as well called Delta. And I've only made it to, I think, Beloved. But I really love Guiding Light, and at first I hated Guiding Light. I don't know. Oh, and I obviously love Delta too, because it's the name of the album. And it was a single. But I love Delta, and I love Guiding Light, and I loved Beloved, but I didn't get through it because I was listening to it in my car. So, yeah. In addition to music, I have been like obsessed with crystals. Last week I told you all that I bought $80 worth of crystals. Best decision ever, but I'm kind of like, oh shoot. But it's okay. I wanted to talk to you about how they worked though, because I get a lot of backlash sometimes for my views, and everything I talk about here on Center of the Sun is related to, I try to import the tools of science before I make decisions. And crystals are one of those things that like literally they're used in countertops. It's literally just a formula. Crystals are basically a formulation of how matter is arranged. It's just an arrangement of of matter, of atoms and stuff like that. So basically any solid object is crystalline in nature, which means that it has a particular structure, and that structure has the ability to conduct electricity. So that's basically all I'm talking about, and that's why it's considered, certain things are considered crystals, because they can conduct electricity, but they're organic matter. Or metals can be crystals too. Ooh, did you know that metal can be crystalline? Yeah, it's weird. But anyway, for instance, quartz. I have a piece of pointed quartz that I connect with often. And last episode, I said that it makes me feel a little high. Well, it's true, because when I touch it, it's like a jolt. But I'm starting to find, because I've had that piece of quartz for a while, and I had a piece of amethyst and another piece I have some other tumbled stones that I've had for a few years. And then recently I've been like, let me get back into crystals. Like, there's something about it. And it's like I avoid them. Like, I always think about them, but I also avoid them because I don't know, I have this like weirdness about them. So I always knew where that piece of quartz was. And I just went and picked it up one day. It was like, let me go grab my piece of quartz and let me stop thinking about this. But it was like always in my subconscious. But it was like under the most ridiculous pile of mail, that I should have forgotten where it was, but I didn't. I just went right there and picked it up. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's under here. Bam, right there. And it's those moments where I'm like, wow, I probably might have a connection to this fucking thing. And I love it. It's like my pet rock. I call it my pet rock. But how do you express yourself? I love music and shit like that. I was on YouTube the other day, and for some reason the Hindu religion came up, and as many others before and after the Hindus, they used the universe to to just answer some questions about like why are we here and like what is our purpose and such, stuff like that. So Hindu religion and many others, they calculated the birth and the death of the universe with precision. Like they were able to look at the stars for whatever reason using crystals and organic matter and all kind of stuff. They probably had some form of a computer that we don't understand, but they were able to calculate things with so much precision that to this day their calculations match exactly what we can verify what they created, what they calculated with our math, which we approach from a completely different way, but we just meet in the middle with this time or duration aspect of how old the universe is. So it got me thinking, like, are we even in modern times? Like, how can they match our calculations for modern times? I am beginning to think that we are living in some sort of regression. Like, we've forgotten something. Like, we're like just finding our way back to what we lost. And the Hindus believed that we are an expression of our creator. So at the core of their religion, they believe that, and basically at the core of any religion, that expression is paramount to interacting with the creator. And the universe and everything in it expresses itself in order to enact perfect harmony during the life of the solar system. So like everything expresses itself for this next level of like interacting with the creator. So like we interact with the earth, we express, I don't know, it's weird. So I have to think about it from the terms of Christianity because that's all I know. So it's like you go to church and you praise God, your expression, you express to the creator your gratitude or your sadness or your anger, whatever it is, you express that thing at church or you express it in prayer. And the Hindus believe that this is also just the universe itself as an expression. The fact that it's moving is an expression. Isn't that crazy? So, have you ever heard about the Big Bang? Well, the Hindus also believe that is not only an expression, but it is also it like explains, it's just like a constant movement. It's like it explains how the universe was made. Like the Big Bang to the Hindus is like real because not only there's like one point where it's like bang, expression. Like the universe itself is an expression, basically. The Big Bang is an expression where it expands and then is contracting. And it's just constantly it's expanding and contracting. And that's our universe. So weird. Do you believe it? What? I'm like, okay, well, the Big Bang could make sense. I don't even know if I'm making sense right now. But the Big Bang as a singularity expands and then it contracts. And I guess we're still currently in the expansion because what we can observe is that it's expanding. But I wanted to touch on expression because I feel like we're being socialized to only consume, and even children are losing their ability to express because we're too busy consuming. We're too busy watching other people and not worrying about ourselves. What do you think? How do you express yourself? So, I use music. I love music and talking, but yeah. Send me your thoughts. Host at CenterSun21.com, or you can tweet me at CenterSun21 on Twitter. It is Sunday, and you are listening to an all-new episode of Center of the Sun. It's season 2 of your favorite culture, society, and science podcast. Thank you for listening, and I will catch you somewhere soon.